Alright, so I've just checked in for my Etihad flight from Bangkok all the way to Abu Dhabi. I've just found out that the aircraft's been swapped from their newest A350 with their newest business seat to their oldest 777 with their oldest seat. So not quite the video I was expecting to make, but it's still business class, so let's see if the product holds up. Let's go. I'm back at Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport this evening, where I made use of the dedicated Etihad business class check-in counters. The queue on the economy side was pretty large, so this saved me a bunch of time. And after dropping my bags, I made my way through fast-track security and exit passport control. Etihad makes use of the Coral Executive Business Lounge by gate D1, which is a contract lounge shared with lounge card holders like Priority Pass. For a contract lounge, the offering is decent, with a buffet selection for food and a staff bar serving beers, wine, prosecco and cocktails. There's a range of seating, with the bulk of it being in this main area, and a few of these smaller rooms coming off the central lounge walkway overlooking the terminal corridors. This lounge has one amenity I've not seen anywhere else, which is a masseuse that walks around the lounge giving complimentary 15-minute neck and shoulder massages at your seat. Despite this, the lounge offering pales in comparison to Middle Eastern competitors Emirates and Qatar, which both run their own lounges in Bangkok, which provide a much more exclusive experience. After finishing my drink, it was time to make my way to gate F6 for boarding. As I walked down the separate jet bridge for business class, I wasn't too sure what to expect from the aircraft swap today. I'd flown Etihad's business studio a few times before, which is a good product, but I'd never even seen what their oldest seat looks like. Straight away, it's clear how dated this product looks. I'm in the first row, and this particular seat is super exposed. The seats are in a staggered 1-2-1 configuration, but my seat lacks the privacy you'd get from the other odd-numbered window seats away from the aisle, like these. Then you've got the even-numbered window seats, which I'd avoid as they're completely exposed to the aisle. Same goes for the even-numbered center seats, and for couples, the odd-numbered center seats are the ones to go for. Back at my seat 5K, I got settled in, and this is when I realized just how exposed this particular seat is. It does create a sense of space in a way, but this comes at the expense of your privacy. But I quickly forgot about all of this when the crew offered me a glass of champagne as part of the pre-departure service. And with how humid it is out here in Bangkok, it was nice to get a cold towel to freshen up. The crew passed through the cabin with the menus for today's flight with a cool 20th anniversary design on the front. There was a choice of 3 starters and 4 mains, although as you'll find out in a second, that wasn't quite the case today. There's the typical selection of drinks on offer from water, juice, soft drinks, mocktails, coffee and tea. And the wine list had Duval-le-Roi Brut Réserve Champagne, which goes for about $60 a bottle. You've also got a selection of red, white and fortified wines with spirits and beers too. After checking out the menu, one of the cabin crew came to take my meal order, where I was told I could dine anytime. I usually prefer eating straight after takeoff, but this gives you the option in case you're trying to align your body clock with wherever you're going. The other less good thing I was told was that both my choice of main course and dessert were unavailable. This was a bit surprising considering I was sitting in the first row, so either status passengers beat me to it or the options ran out on the outbound flight. The crew were very apologetic though, and I still managed to pick something that I liked. But first, it was time to get going, so we made our way towards the runway and up into the Thai night sky. After takeoff, I used these very retro-looking seat controls to recline my seat and get more comfortable, and was served another glass of champagne with a small bowl of warmed mixed nuts. The meal service was ready, so I pulled down my tray table and the cabin crew placed the tablecloth and served the appetizer on a single tray. I went for the Arabic meze, which came with a side salad and a few different types of bread. This actually tasted pretty good, but I think I still prefer the Arabic meze on Qatar Airways. For mains, I originally ordered the braised beef brisket, which had run out, so I settled for the chicken kofta instead. The flavors here were good, but it was pretty dry. There was barely enough of the dakul sauce. The tray was cleared up after my main was finished, and they came back with an individually plated cheese course, which came with a selection of cheeses, chutney, fruit, and crackers. And for dessert, to get one last taste of Thailand, I'd originally ordered the mango sticky rice, but again, this was unavailable. so I settled for a plate of seasonal fresh fruit. Despite my first choice not being available, the fruit was really fresh and tasted great, unlike the usually hard fruit you get in the sky. At this point, I was getting super tired, so let's check out the Etihad Business Class Amenity Kit before I get ready for bed. This is a special edition 20th anniversary kit in white leather. Inside you can find an eye mask, socks and earplugs, Esper branded lip balm, face mist and hand and body lotion, and a big stack of disinfectant wipes, antibacterial gel, and a toothbrush with toothpaste. I took the kit with me to the toilet at the front of the cabin to find a standard plain toilet. There was nothing special to differentiate the business class offering, apart from a few Esper amenities on the sides. Back at my seat, I unpacked the Armani branded bedding and set up my bed. See that thing I just grabbed? That's actually the mattress topper, but I thought it was just an extra pillow, and I only realized after waking up when I saw everyone else's bed set up. Regardless, it didn't stop me from getting comfortable under the duvet and crashing out for a few hours. Good night. I woke up just as we were starting our descent into Abu Dhabi. At the time of filming, Etihad didn't offer any pajamas in business class, but they've recently introduced a revamped Armani branded amenity kit with pajamas included too. Hopefully these help with keeping cool while sleeping, because the cabin got incredibly hot and there were no individual air nozzles to help. To be honest, the seat itself was actually fairly comfortable, but the cabin was definitely showing its age. From the old school remote to the outdated IFE interface, and the lack of storage you typically find on newer products. Here, you only had shoe storage under the footwell and this weird shaped tray which held the water bottle when boarding. For a nighttime flight, where all I was really interested in was getting some sleep, this did the trick. I still had my reading light and power socket to charge my phone. But I'd have much rather flown on the brand new A350, all things considered, so I'll have to return to make the video I originally intended at some point. As we land and approach the new Terminal A at Zayed International Airport, let's talk cost. This flight was the first leg of a longer itinerary from Bangkok to London via Abu Dhabi. The one-way fare in business class from Bangkok to Abu Dhabi usually costs just over £1,000 or $1,300. My flight the following day was in the first class apartments on the Etihad A380, and both flights together cost me around £2,000 or $2.50. And definitely check out that video for the much better first class flight that followed this one. It was probably one of my best flights last year. Let me know in the comments how you'd feel if your aircraft got swapped like this, and make sure to hit like and subscribe. Till next time.